Howdy guys, welcome back to Trading Card Game Card Shop Simulator. That is a mouthful. Um, oh, I am immediately going into the second recording so that I will have some backlog. The first verse that we will do today is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever shall believe in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. If you wanted to know the entirety of Christianity, that's it in a nutshell. God loves you, yes you. You may not think he does, but he does. And he wants you to be with him in heaven. All you gotta do is believe that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, is God, and that he died for your sins. That's it. That done. Wash hands, done. He died for your sins, and that you accept his gift of salvation. That's all you have to do. Now, there's more that you can do, but that's the bare minimum. And we can get into the minutiae and details of all that. But we got a store to run. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to run over to my DIY and we're going to get a play table. Look at that big box. So when you have a box in your hand like this, you press R to open it, and your mouse wheel spins this. Look at it spin. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, so we're going to put this right here. Game kind of lagged there for a second. That was weird. And what this cost us $200. This is an investment into the future of the business because that is a flat $200 fee. And I will show you how much it makes it, sir. Thank you for buying so much. I appreciate you. Please come again. That guy's going to find a really expensive card in that pack, and he's going to come back here and he's like, hey, do you want to buy this really expensive card for $2,000? No. I can't afford it. I'm sorry. So we're going to continue selling these basic card packs for a little bit. Probably at the end of the day, we'll add some new inventory. To place things down, once you pick them up, you left click to pick them up. To place them down, you press Q, by the way. You can actually stack things fairly well and easily. Look at all these card packs. If I didn't know better, I'd say you had an addiction, man. But keep coming here. Spend your money with me, and not Games Workshop, because I have better deals. I have fewer items, but I have better deals. We forgot to check market price for today, although I don't believe that they've gone below $3 a unit. Now, as you can see, these guys are playing Tetramon. If we come over here to manage events, every hour in game that they're playing this, we get $7. So they're going to be paying to use that table. This is how we make easy money. It is a one-time cost, and it forever pays us, so long as there's at least 2 people. Now, that $7 an hour is not split between the people. That's per person. It only kicks off if there are 2 people sitting there. One person sitting there does not start the timer for pay. The second there's 2 people, the timer starts. And they both pay the hourly wage. So you actually don't need them to sit, like you don't need as many people playing games on that table to pay for itself. So this is a good thing. this is a good investment. It also ties up some customers so that we're not bombarded with a lot of customers all at once. Because during certain hours of the day, because we're about to hit noon, during like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., floods of customers come in. This is good. We want this business. But sometimes it can get a little overwhelming, especially for, solo guy running his own store. So we want to make sure that we have time. With those two sitting over there, they count as customers in the store. So there's fewer people coming in to buy things. This can be bad. However, they're making us free money while costing us nothing. I don't have to buy more tables to pay for them to be here. They just pay me money to sit there and play the game. And I will let them do that for as long as they want, because they're paying $7 an hour to do so. It's kind of like if you ever go to a pool hall, they charge you a table, like an hourly table fee. Same thing. Exact same thing. If you have not been to a pool hall / bar that does this, that's okay. You don't have to. The concept still remains the same. Now, I don't have to be buying these two at a time. It just makes it super easy. It just makes it way easier to manage. Okay, so they just finished their game. They were there for about 2 hours. So they both should have paid us like $14. I didn't bother to look because it'll have a little number, like a little cash number above their head to say how much they paid. Unfortunately, I was not paying attention at that point. So I don't know how much they exactly paid. But I know that they paid us money. Okay, so they just started at 120. And they'll play that game anywhere from half an hour to 4 hours. Just depends on how long they want to sit there playing the card game. That's cool and fine. Now that we have a moment, let's see here. Reviews. Still a bunch of 4 and 5 stars. We got a 4.6 average. We're doing good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to buy... I'm thinking we'll buy the small cabinet. It depends on do I care about aesthetics or not. Small cabinet is cheaper and holds more stuff. If I don't care about aesthetic, I can just keep buying those. Keep that because we started with it. Okay, so they both paid $6.89. And they were here for about an hour. Not quite. So that just goes to show you that both players pay the hourly fee. And that was free money for us. And what they'll often do is, this timer, when they're sitting here, let's say the clock, like the day ends automatically at 9, so no more new customers will come in. If there's somebody here playing on this table, they will continue to play, and the timer continues to tick until they decide to be done. So at the end of the day, sometimes it's best, if there's players here, just to let them keep playing even though you can end the day. Because what you can do is get more free money. It's free money. Who doesn't want free money? I want free money. Unfortunately, money's not actually free. It requires work. I am not independently wealthy, and therefore, I must work for money. But I enjoy my job. That is probably the most important thing. Oh, he bought a lot. Oh, I ran out of things in the box. I'm sitting here going over those shelves trying to fill them, and the box is empty. Yeah, that's me being smart. Not paying attention. I, too, can be dumb on occasion. What do you want, sir? You're asking $1 for a card that's worth $1.40. What if I gave you just $1? Would you take that? Yes, you would. Thank you. And so, I've been a truck driver now for not quite 10 years. I think it'll be 10 years in January. truck driver. And I did a number of years in long haul, which is cross-country truck driving. It's a great career. It's a little lonely. It's very stressful, but it pays decently. Now, does it still pay decently nowadays? That's up for debate. But as a single guy with very few bills, especially at the time when I started truck driving, it paid great. I was making like between $1,500 and $1,800 a week, which is nothing to sneeze at. There are people who can't make that in a month, and I was making that in a week. Oh, we got a stinky guy. Begone, stinky man. Actually, don't begone. Just begone the stink. You are allowed to stay so long as you're not stinky. And, I switched because I would be out for... I'd be out on the road for weeks at a time. 4, 5, 6 weeks at a time. One time I even did like a 9-week stint. And I was doing my laundry and truck stops. I was, you know, eating hot dogs and drinking Monster Energy drinks and smoking 2 packs a day. Also, would not recommend. Highly do not recommend. It is bad for your health. Do not smoke if you haven't started. If you have started smoking, I suggest you quit. This is coming from a guy who has smoked, whose smoking habit could actually smoke. Is there any more in this box? Yeah, there's just a few left. So, don't smoke, kids. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad, okay? Okay. Let's see. Would you take, by chance, that for 65? You would? Thank you. $1 dingo for you. But I ended up switching from doing long haul to regional, which is, instead of driving, you know, the eastern half of the country, because I live in Texas, they would send me up to Wisconsin, upstate New York, down to the Florida-Georgia line, and everywhere in between. And I got kind of fed up with that after a few years. So I switched to region, which is just Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas. And I did great there. I still made my, you know, $1,500 or so bucks a week. I had weekends off. It was great. I loved it. And then I left to go help a buddy of mine's company. There were some issues there. Business wasn't great, but we did the best that we could. And I ended up leaving his business because of a multitude of reasons. And went back to working for my first trucking company. Worked there for a few years. And then left. To start a different career path. That did not pan out because COVID happened. And I had a nice nest egg, so I wasn't really worried about money. Which is a place we should all be so grateful to be in. I'll give you $10 for this card. No. 10 bucks. Alright. Sometimes sticking to your guns helps. And so, come to find out, my uncle works for a lumber and plywood distributor. And one of their competitors was asking them, hey, do you know any drivers? We need truck drivers to make deliveries. Do you know anybody that's a truck driver? And he goes, well, my nephew's one, but he doesn't want to be a truck driver anymore. So you'd have to talk to him and see if he'd be interested. If you come in here, I'm going to spray you. Good decision. Alright, side note. Normally I would tell you, hey, at the end of the day, if there's someone sitting here, let them sit here. That's if they're playing the game. This guy is waiting for someone who's not going to come into the store to play the game. Because it's after 9. No one else is coming into the store. He is going to sit there in perpetuity, waiting for an opponent that will never come. So we're going to let him do that for a minute, while I spend our hard-earned dollary dingoes on a new product line. And this is where the game kind of gets a little weird. It can get weird. Oops, wrong button. But it may not, so we'll just see. I'm tempted to buy this, even though it's not really worth it. But I could get this. But it doesn't hold as much as 2 of those. At least I don't think it does. I've not used this yet. We got plenty of money. We'll check this out. Alright. So things kind of snap when you place them next to other items. So we're going to put that there. The aesthetics are appalling. But that's okay. I don't care about aesthetics. I care about function. Now, we've got access to a new item. Basic card boxes. We're going to buy the 8-box license. We're going to buy a few of these. We'll be spending a lot of money. Now, each box has a unit cost of $15.85. There are 8 packs in each box. So $15.85 divided by 8 has a unit cost of $198. A basic card pack is $174. The AI in this game is stupid. And I will prove it to you. Because they don't understand deals. I think I only need to buy 3 boxes of this. But that's okay, because what we can do is, if we can't put any on top, which we can't, we can place... If the game would let me. Oh no. Oh no, because it's not sitting on top of... okay, we're just going to put it over here. Time is paused, by the way, so... we can continue to do things here. Like this. So, market price is $24. 3 times 8 is 24. We could sell these for 24 bucks a pop. But as long as we're under market price, they'll think they're getting a great deal. So we could actually sell this for like 24 and a quarter, and they'll still think it's a great deal, even though they're paying more per unit. Like, I've seen this market price for these boxes be like $28, $29. And it's like, you're paying so much more for less product. But that's fine. They can do that if they want. That's up to them. So we need to come in here and we need to pay our bills. And like I said, he's going to sit there forever waiting for an opponent that is not going to come to the store. So, we end the day. 8 dissatisfied customers. I don't know what they were dissatisfied by, but we'll find out. At some point. Maybe not. I don't care. We can check reviews to see if anybody has any complaints. No complaints. No complaints at all. Good service, cheap prices. They love me, they love me. This is all great. Episode 1 was 41 minutes long. And there will be a tiny bit of editing I do. But not a whole lot. This one, I'm going to try and keep it under 30 minutes. I'd like to stick to about like 20 to 25 minutes. Because I don't want to... Time is the most valuable resource you have. It is more valuable than gold, because once you spend time on something, you never get it back. And if you're spending the time, even if it's just you doing something else, while listening to me talk and play this game, I want your time to be spent to be valuable. I want you to feel like you got something out of this. Whether it's listening to me ramble about my life, or about God, or any number of things, I want you to feel like you got some value out of this. So I don't want to take too much of your time. I want to respect your time. Which is why I'm going to try and not do too many stupid things. But I make no promises. So one of the things that we could do... This box has no items in it. I was about to put down an empty box. One of the things that we could do for these big boxes is we could up it to... Wow! They already went down. Alright. I'll go down. I'll play this game. What? No! And there's this... Oh, goodness. Everything's falling apart. Everything's falling apart. Here I am saying I don't want to waste your time. Now, he's paying $3 a unit because I didn't change the price until he already had taken these items. Did I not save that price change? I did. He just didn't catch it in time. There we go. Now the price is updated. So now we're going to have to deal with cents. This is going to make things a little... You know what? We're not going to do that. You, sir, are the only one that gets to buy it at $2.99 a pop. I'm sorry. Everybody else is going to have to... Everybody else is going to have to buy it at... Now, see, there's a discount because it's $3 per card pack here. But these boxes hold 8. So they're technically getting a slight discount. But you will see that most of the AI will buy the basic card packs and not the boxes. I say that as this guy comes over here and buys $100 worth of boxes. Man, do I have egg on my face. Yes, sir, what would you like to... You want to trade a card. And I do not have the card to trade. Okay, so we need to buy one of these and one of these. But first, I will take this man's money. $73 dingoes. We will restock the shelf. Put you over there. Hello, ma'am. How are you? How are you guys, by the way? You doing good? How's life treating you? I hope it's treating you... I hope it's treating you well. I paused there for a second because I thought I had this... I thought that guy had a stink cloud around him and I was about to have a panic attack because it's like, no, no stink in the store. It is not allowed. It is forbidden. See, look at how many of these basic card packs this guy's buying. He could buy so many card packs by just buying the boxes for such a better price. But they don't do that because they see how many basic card packs are over here and they're like, man, I gotta get me some of them. Yes, sir. What would you like? You would like to sell me this card. I will accept your $1.75 offer. Hooray. And there was much rejoicing. Let's see. We're at about 25 minutes. We'll go ahead and end up today. Oh, what would you like to do, sir? You want to sell me a card below market price. Would you take 27 even? You would? Great. Now, as you can... Yes, you've probably been yelling at me about this because I haven't acknowledged it. I have acknowledged it. I just haven't been able to do it yet. Our current task is buy a card table and put it in the shop. We will do this. Don't worry. We will get to it eventually. But eventually is not right now. Because right now it's manage inventory. Because we want to... No bot. No box has items. No item. No, the box has no items in it. Whatever. There isn't any items in the box. Excuse me. We will do the card table here in a moment because there's a task that follows this that wants us to sell 10 individual cards. Now, if we open up here and we organize by duplicates, there's only one card I have a duplicate of. Now, to be fair, I haven't been opening any card packs. Therefore, I don't have a whole lot of stock to sell in individual cards. This is a problem we will solve shortly. But I know that, because I played this tutorial before, immediately following this one, it wants us to do individual card sales. I hate individual card sales. They are a lot of hassle. They distract the AIs because the AIs are stupid. And it makes things more difficult. So we will do this. Let's see. It's worth $14.90. You want $17.88 for it. Would you take $14.50 by chance? You would? Fantastic. I really don't want to deal with the hassle of selling individual cards. But to progress the tutorial and to get onto other things, I have to. And so it will be a thing we do. We will probably wait until the next day, which will be the next episode. And I'll probably get that set up for you off screen. But I'll show you how we can get to it. Just so I do my due diligence. Let's turn on the lights. So what you would do here is you go to My DIY. Remember, tab opens up your phone. And you would scroll down here to card table. It's $400. You sell individual cards that you priced individually. Because every card has a market price. Every individual card has a market price. Some are dirt cheap. Others can be quite expensive. And it can be valuable to sell individual cards. It requires a lot of effort. So this guy, he's offering that well below market. Let's see if we can squeeze a little bit more out. Would you accept 65? You would? Awesome. It's not because I'm cheap, it's because I'm frugal. I don't like to spend money when I don't have to. There's a difference. This is an important lesson for future. Do not spend more money than you have to. As Dave Ramsey would say, live on less than you make. Which is great financial advice. That's actually biblical wisdom. Managing your finances is a biblical thing. We could use more of that in this country. Not just the Bible, but oh, there's a stinky. No, stinky. But we could use more biblical lessons in this country. Because they are good. A lot of people would not agree with that. They're entitled to their wrong opinion. Let's see here. He's about to take a bunch. Now, one thing that we can do to boost sales, and we would have to plan this, is instead of selling these basic booster, like these basic card packs, all on these shelves, what you can do is, come over to stock over here, go to accessories. We can sell these clear card sleeves. These are super cheap. And people will pay. They'll buy tons of these. An ungodly amount of those things. and it will help boost our sales. So will people that come in here and buy, you know, 5 of those boxes. Now, one thing we could do is, to help manage these boxes better, if we go to My DIY, we can buy a small warehouse shelf. These will hold 4 of these smaller boxes, like these 64 packs. It'll hold 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of these, probably 16 of the 32 size boxes. Let's see, Mum Mog. Let's see, it's worth 25. You want 18.26. Would you take 18 for it by chance? Come on, take, yeah. Sometimes you just gotta hit him with the come on. Let's make sure those shelves are stocked. I don't want to buy just a box of those, but you can buy this to hold these to make it a little bit more manageable, so they're just not sitting here on the floor and cluttering up everything. It's not something you have to do, it's just something you can do. We are running at a very basic level. We don't need that. We have plenty of floor space. We can put the boxes on the floor. It's going to be fine. $69. Nice. So I'm going to take one and put one over there. I'm going to take one and put one over there. I'm going to take one and put one over there. Cool. Now the shelves are a little bit more balanced. Let me guess. You want to sell me something. I'll give you what you're asking for. Actually, no, I'm not. Would you take $9.75? You. Oh. Come on. Yeah. Right on. Didn't even have to hit him with the full come on. He just took it. Alright, so those guys played for a little over 2 hours. He didn't buy anything in the store, but he still spent money in here by playing on that table. It's great. That's free money for me. I like free money, even though it technically doesn't exist. But in the game, it exists. Even though if you want to get super technical, I did spend $200 on the table. But it's paying me every time 2 people sit down there. So, we're going to buy one of these. We're going to come over here, and you have to buy a license for every item you want to sell. And, like, we can buy these dices. They're neat. I've never seen somebody actually ask for one. Because, like, a customer will actually ask you to... I forget, was anybody... No, okay, good. No one... Like, people will ask for certain things that they want that you have access to buy. Sometimes you'll see it above their head. Like, if you were... Like, when you saw the customers above their little head, they'd be like, wow, what a deal! Or, this price is fair, and things like that. If they want a particular item, and it's not available, they will say so. Now, I wasn't really paying attention to all that because, you know, reasons. But what we could do is, we can buy this license, and we can buy a couple of these. And see how cheap they are? They're 48 cents per package. Now that's cool. We're going to do that. And what we're going to do is, we're going to come over here. And you know what? We're going to bust open this box because it's going to give us 8 packs. Press R. We're going to open these cards. So let's see what we get. Nice. There's some money in these packs. This will help us later. Any duplicates we get will sell. Even though we're not going to sell them for very much, we're going to do it just so that we can get this tutorial done next episode. And I love the artwork on these things these two because they're just... Oh, wow, look at that one. Oh, it's worth $28. That one's worth $26. Wow, look at that. Alright, so we've opened all that up. Now you're probably wondering, Duke, why do you have an empty box? I will show you why we have an empty box. We're going to empty out this shelf. We now have a full box of inventory of basic cards. We're then going to take these card sleeves. We're going to put them on the shelf. And instead of having to buy its own dedicated shelf, we now have... We're just going to kick that box over there. And we're going to come over here. And we're going to sell this for $1.50. Yeah, $1.50. It's a little bit above market, so's that. That's under market. We'll have to double check next day's prices. Oh, let's not forget pay our bills. I could hit pay all. So, that's the end of day 4. What we'll do in the next episode is I will find another verse. Wow, this is almost 40 minutes too. I have wasted y'all's time. I feel like a failure. In the next episode, we'll get the card table and we'll put some cards down. I will either go with the most expensive cards, so that we can recoup our costs, or I'll probably do both. Is what I'll start with is our duplicates and run through those, and then put the most expensive cards out, so that we can make some money. And then the moment I have sold 10 cards, I am selling the card table, and we're just going to be hoarding cards. Although I may not, because if I want to just... Well, no, yeah, we'll just hoard cards. Because there's a thing that we can do in the future, which is grading cards. But that's for the next day, and the next episode. Thank you very much. I appreciate you spending time with me and listening to me ramble about things. I hope that you have a great day. God bless, and toodles.